Anyone who started a business, when you're in it, you're so focused on getting this goal. It's become blinding. Your goal is to just push through and get it done. Even if you try to be the first to market, that doesn't always work. So take your time. Always be receptive to taking advice.
Without any further ado, tell me about yourself. Tell me what you were doing, or what is your job, and what do you do, and what made you want to jump into being an entrepreneur? What really inspired you?
Yeah. I come from a family of entrepreneurs. Being an immigrant, and everyone in my family started their own businesses. I was the first in my family to go to college and learn the corporate ropes, starting in working in small businesses and working my way up into corporations. Graduated college with a marketing degree, and I utilized that to go into a job that is in chemical manufacturing, and I help them get started, basically reworking their marketing to pull in other customers. Essentially, I did their graphic design, I did their SEO, their website, basically everything that revolves around marketing. And from there, I transitioned to sales, to chemical manufacturing sales. And since then, I worked there for 6 years. COVID happened. A lot of people got a change of heart, myself included. And just when I was about to quit the company and launch my own company, my old boss retired, and the big gorilla on the block acquired us, and they've put me into a role of covering the West Coast, and I'm still stuck in between working for the big man and trying to get my company off the ground. So I'm still stuck in that position of fully letting go and immersing myself in the entire job.
And when did you start your business? When did you start your Amazon FBA business? And what made you want to jump into that?
Around COVID, like I said, I had a change of heart. I wanted my own business, and I wanted something to call my own. And around that time, there was this guy selling pickles at this farmer's market, and I really wanted to try it. He touted that it was super spicy, extremely delicious, and crunchy. And he wouldn't give me a sample, and I was forced to buy his $20 jar of pickles, which really pissed me off. And so I opened it there and I ate it, and he kept telling me that it's spicy, it's gonna build. And as I kept eating and eating, it was so disappointing. It wasn't spicy, it didn't taste good, and it had no flavor. And I told my fiance at the time, I could probably make something better than this. And so I did. I took several iterations, tried the ones that I liked. And funny enough, it was around Coachella, and I brought some to Coachella to try and eat with my food. And then all my friends and the people next to us wanted to see if they can buy some from me. I'm like, I have no idea. I've never thought of doing this. So after Coachella, I did some market research, went to stores, and I realized that there was a hole in the market for something that's healthy-ish, tastes good, and really spicy. And spent half a year developing a product, then doing R&D, doing market research, going to farmers markets, and developing a product and brand. And from there, we went to do online marketing. We rebranded the company, and we're now starting to push into Fulfilled by Amazon. So we're in that phase of getting our inventory ready, and then we'll make the marketing push so that it can receive customers. That's where we're at.
Oh, nice. So you're selling outside of Amazon, and you're just beginning to explore the Amazon market.
Correct.
Nice. Is there anything similar or competitive on Amazon?
The cost wise, there's definitely some that are competitive in cost, but they don't taste the same. Um, eh, it's hard to explain because we're just talking about it. But if you go on Amazon and order all the different products that are in that category of spicy pickles, it there's nothing that will compare to it. And we've had customers. I thought I was being biased, because it's my product and all my friends were saying it. But when we did the farmers markets, all the other people had the same view, and they kept buying over and over. And we thought, well, okay, that's reassuring.
That's so cool to have that credibility and confirmation from buyers, And what is your brand name and how did you come up with it?
Yeah, so the brand name is V's Pickle Company. Um, I initially wanted to do Pickle Company, Pickl Company, but I couldn't trademark it because there was another company when I was living in Long Beach trademarked it, and incorporated it, and we met in the middle and we found each other, and I was forced to change my name because they trademarked it. And my fiance is just call it something simple so that way you can get going. I'm like, all right, I don't want to say V's Pickle because it sounds so um what do you call it? Self-absorbed and narcissistic. But we stuck with it and we rebranded and here we are. That's how we started with that name.
Love that. Let me ask you, did you use like any research tools to see like how much search volume there is on these products? Because I feel like this was more of a passion product more than anything.
It's a mix of both. So graduating with a marketing degree, I had the foresight to do R&D and do market research. I wouldn't go into this industry without that information otherwise. So it's a mix of both.
Can you tell me a little bit about your market research? How did you perform that?
Yeah, it wasn't too in depth. I used the Google databases, the SEO search words. I talked to different buyers in different industries. We set up different booths that met with Costco, Walmart, and we also working with a duo that are veterans in the food industry, and they've also supported my research, saying that there's a market for this.
Nice. That's really cool to know. And how did you find your designer for your packaging and logo?
Yeah, initially I did it myself just because I have I want to say expertise, but I have the skills to do it. And I just slapped something easy on the label, designed the old website. And now with the rebrand, the 2.0, one of my best friends, he went to school for photography and design, and he is really close friends with a company called Humonda. They're a design firm, and they do really great stuff, and they work together with me to rebrand the company from the ground up.
And he helped you do it for free, or did
No,
you pay
it was a
him?
cost. Yeah, it was a cost associated with it.
And the $12,000 that you put in the sheet in the questionnaire, was that part of the design?
Yeah. So they did the designing, the brand booklet, and the entire PDF of like 15 to 20 pages of brand guidelines.
Oh wow, that's the whole marketing
Yeah. It's the
cost.
whole it's the brand Bible, as we say it.
And why did you spend $12,000? What does that cover? Was that just for the brand logo, the package design, and the images, or what did that cover exactly?
Yeah, when you give this booklet to people who are in the industry, they'll follow the brand guidelines for photography, label design, the color, fonts, and it's like Adidas. You know how with Adidas it's the three stripes and have specific angles that it needs to be. It's the same concept with our logos. The logos need to be at specific angles and follow the guidelines in order to keep marketing and on brand when we start pushing for large scale marketing efforts.
Nice. And they did all the work themselves, or did you get help and feedback from like anyone else?
No, it's with them, directly with them. They did everything from the ground up. There was a back and forth between me and the firm, but they primarily did everything. The logos hand drawn, the labels are not. They did the work themselves without using AI, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's so
Everyone.
easy to throw everything into AI and make it nowadays, but it's a personal touch. That's why I like them.
And did they do the photos as well?
No, not yet. That would be with another company that I'm working with.
Okay, they're doing the photos for your Amazon listing and
Oh,
other.
the Amazon listing, I did all that.
Oh,
But when
okay.
we start doing like social media posts and all that stuff, I'm gonna be working with them to take those pictures.
Got it.
Do they look good? Do the Amazon listing pictures look good?
Yeah, I
Oh,
like it. It's very
thank you.
clear. It's vague.
I literally did it in my garage with a photo booth and a camera setup. It's so
Really?
funny. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. I think the third and fourth picture could be switched with like something more graphic in terms of like what makes the flavors stick out or something about the
Mhm.
credibility of the product, like the what you did at the farmer's market or somewhere to
Hmm.
show credibility of the product.
I did. I was going to do that, but Amazon has is so stringent on what photos we can put on, but that would make it a lot better. You're right. Maybe we should do that.
But it looks great for the most part. And let's jump into manufacturing and suppliers. How did you find a manufacturer to help you with this? Are you making this yourself? Like, what's the process behind finding a supplier?
Yeah. We are doing it all ourselves. I did consider a contract manufacturer to make our product, but after reviewing all of our competitors' flavors and what they taste like, I thought if I were to contract this out, then our formula will be out in the ether. A handful of people will know it instead of our team knowing it. And I also wanted to control the costs. Working for a small manufacturer that did can't contract manufacture some of the parts out compared to the job I'm working now, and they're handling the manufacturing themselves. I've learned that if you were to do all the manufacturing yourself, you can control the cost better. And it's going to be a little bit more difficult to manage, but there's more profit to be made.
And are you packing the stuff like at a commercial kitchen or you have a co-packer that's helping you do this? How are you putting it together?
Literally by hand. We started at a place called the Hood Kitchen. It's a really great incubator for small businesses. And now we're working out of a place called Taste, and they're a catering business. They have two warehouses. And compared to Hood, which had over 200 businesses competing for that small space, at Taste, there's like five or six businesses, and it's a lot more roomier and where we could spread out and make pickles. We're hand labeling. We're not hand labeling, but we're using machines to label them. We're hand packing it, and we're just literally bootstraps doing it by hand.
Yeah, that's really impressive. Now in the sheet, I know you put there were like sample cost, inventory cost. What are those for? Were those for like the jars, the labels, or for the pickles themselves, or what is it exactly?
Yes, the biggest cost of everything so far has been the sample cost, or minus the rebrand, but the sample cost. Every market that we went to last year, each event took 4 to 5 jars of samples, just handing them out, and uh, over a span of a year, it add up quickly.
And the samples, why do they cost that much? I don't get it. Is it
Um,
because of the renting of the space or
it's just a jar cost. So if we do 4 to 5 events a week, 4 jars each, it adds up, right?
I see. So your and your inventory is mostly for the jars, or does
Yeah,
that
mostly
include
jars.
mostly for
That's completed inventory.
is that with the pickles too, or just
Yeah,
the jars? Okay.
the pickles.
So with $900, it can help you fill out 180 jars of pickles.
That was then. I think currently I changed the paperwork a little bit or the spreadsheet because it asked for FBA costs of what we're doing now versus the years we were doing it previously. Now we're able to pump a lot more pickles out compared to what was previously done.
Nice. So you're able to get the cost down over the years.
Yeah, we did, but not as much as we'd like. The labor cost is still too high. We're bringing in a consultant to help watch our process flow and lower our costs more.
When you order the pickles and the jars, do they come to you to your house and then you take them and pack them?
Oh no, I don't know if you know where Lake Forest is, so we drive down when it's production time. I'll rally the team and we go down there. We'll prep, and then the next day well, the first day we'll prep. We'll cut the cucumbers, clean them, and then sanitize the jars, and we'll pack them in a salt brine to let them sit overnight to cure. And then the following day we'll go back to the same location and we'll fill and process the pickles. for completed jars.
So you buy the jars before you go to, or you go get them from Lake Forest. I didn't get that part.
Oh, you're
Um,
talking about the actual jars themselves.
from Lake Forest.
Oh no. So we'll order the jars from a company and they'll send the pallet down to our warehouse in Lake Forest. And it'll sit there until we'll get them ready for packaging.
I see. And you purchase the pickles from farmers market, or you get them from like a supplier?
We'll get the cucumbers from a supplier. Currently right now is in Gardner Brothers. They're a huge distributor in Southern California.
Got it. And they ship the products to you, and then you take them and you go to the warehouse, or they ship them to your warehouse?
I go and pick them up.
Okay. Oh, you go pick them up. Okay.
Yeah. We had one accident where in Gardner Brothers sent us cucumbers which were too large for what I want, and so I had to scrap the entire batch. And from then on, I can't trust them. So I go look at the inventory, the cucumbers before I pay for them, and then send them to our warehouse.
And how much does it cost you for the shipping of the jars to your warehouse? That's
I think it's about $160 to ship from LA to Lake Forest.
got it.
Yeah.
And when you package those products, do you ship them to the Amazon warehouse, or are you doing FBM and fulfilling the orders yourself?
Well, we did FBM first, and now we're doing FBA. So I think, if I recall correctly, the entire shipping cost is about $240 to $250 to do the paperwork and the shipping to their Amazon warehouse, Arizona warehouse.
To ship a whole pallet?
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm just gonna ask you rapid questions
Sure.
before we jump into the sales and selling on Amazon and prior to that. But just quick questions. Where did you get your UPC codes from?
I think they're called GSP online.
Is it GSP or GS1?
GS1. GS1.
GS1.org.
Yeah.
And I see that it cost you $50. And did you get one barcode?
No, you paid initial setup fee of I think $250 to $275, and you get 20 or 30 barcodes, and then
Oh,
it's an annual fee of $50 a year.
got it. Okay, I see. So you bought a package.
Yeah.
Got it. And did you get an LLC?
Yes, we have an LLC currently.
And how much did it cost you to set that up?
I think it was $800.
$800.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Did you do it yourself, or did you have someone set
Myself.
it up for you? You did it yourself.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do.
Nice. And then the last question, did you get it trademarked? And I know you did because you're brand registered on Amazon.
Yeah.
And can you tell me, how did you do that? Did you do it yourself as well?
Yeah, I just Googled it. Turns out it was pretty easy. I wish I had, I honestly wish I had started the trademark process first and then work my way backwards. That way I can save all that cost associated with the other stuff.
Now you put here that it cost you $950 for the trademark. Is that because you had an initial one and then this other company or this other brand fought you for it, so you had to get another one?
No, $950 just for that one.
$950 was for one trademark?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me look it up.
Because usually they're around $350. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, you could be right. I don't remember what it paid for it. I think, if I remember correctly, you trademarked for
It used to be
one
$250
thing?
actually. Now they've increased the price to $300, I believe.
You could be totally right.
All right, that's not an issue. We can confirm that later. But
Yeah.
let's jump into sales and launching the product. Now, did you launch this back in 2020?
No, 2023.
Oh, 2023.
Yeah, it took a while for me to commit to starting a business.
And where did you first launch?
In terms of sales or just setting up?
In terms of sales, like where did you start selling?
I started selling at farmers markets.
Mm.
So the first one was in Aliso Viejo, and there's a farmers market in Irvine
Oh,
also.
really?
Yeah,
I go to that one.
it's not the big one. It's a
No,
smaller one. Yeah,
got it.
it's at the Great Park, if you know where that is. The Irvine Great
Yeah,
Park. Yeah,
yeah,
every
yeah.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yes, I'm familiar.
There's another one in by the church, the
Yep,
big
that's
one.
the big one.
Yeah.
That's the big one.
Yeah,
Nice.
I tried getting into that one. It was so difficult, man.
Oh, I
That
bet there's a wait list.
not even a wait list. The the manager of that farmers market told me to my face saying, "Good luck getting in,"
Oh,
because I emailed her several times, I called her, I met with her several times, and she said that it's about 6 to 8 months for them to get back to you on applications, because that's how many people are joining every single day or trying to
wow.
request. I Before I even talked to her, I went around to see if they had any pickle people, and they had one, and I tasted it, and I'm not gonna. It wasn't great, right?
Mm,
And I gave her my pickle products to try out. And I came back the next week, and she said she loved it, but she won't take any more vendors that are doing the same thing because they don't want a fight. I'm like,
mm.
but I'm going off on a tangent. But I told her, you have four bakeries, you have two people selling burritos, you have 10 people selling vegetables. Why can't you have a second pickle vendor? And she said, well, we don't want anyone to cause problems because we had that before and we just shut it down. I'm like, all right,
Oh,
that's fine.
wow.
Yeah.
Are you still selling at farmers market?
No, I cut that off. Mainly, it was a huge cost because um, even though we were selling a lot for what we're doing, our primary focus was distribution and online sales. There's a
Mm.
lot more volume. It's a volume business, and we weren't doing enough volume to justify the cost.
So what was the next step after the farmers market? How did you transition from there to online?
We were always selling online through Shopify. But the shipping cost was killing us. And we could see how many hits we were getting on Amazon compared to conversions, and the $10 to $11 shipping cost was outrageous. I would personally never pay that. So we were trying to figure out a way to lower the cost and justify sending a pallet to Amazon. And that's when we landed on doing Prime as a basically a marketing push.
So the numbers that you put in here for the 20 the for the Shopify, was that 2023 or 2024?
Last year, 2024.
So you made $13,500.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry. That was 2023.
that was in 2023.
Yes.
And in 2024, you made $21,000 in revenue
Yeah.
on Shopify. And after shipping and cost of goods, this was your net profits.
Yeah. 11,000 was net profit.
Nice. And the $3,000 in revenue in 2020, this was in 2024, this was on Amazon.
Correct. That was about 3 months of sales of the last quarter of last year.
3 months of sales of last year. Wow, that's amazing.
Not really when you consider all the fees.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of fees that when it comes with Amazon that you got to be aware of.
But what's
What was your
crazy is
selling price?
the selling price was $10.99.
Oh, I see.
What's crazy is I can't believe people still bought it, even with the outrageous shipping fee.
But you ran out of stock.
No, that was at the old location. So when we scaled up to this new facility, everything halted and stuff hit the fan. So we basically had to throw away old inventory. We lost a ton of money scaling up, and we had to halt everything in order to fix this issue.
Is that what you're going through right now?
Yeah, we finally put our head above water. We got our first production batch out, and we're now sending samples again to distributors, and we were able to send the pallet to Amazon.
When you say to distributors, is that for the Shopify network?
No, it's for chain store network like Walmart, Target, Trader Joe's, all those guys.
So you're able to sell on retail?
We're starting to. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a lot of breakdown moments.
You mind sharing about that? Like, how did you get
Yeah.
into retail? How did you get the contract?
We didn't get the contracts yet. It's so funny. The way moms work. So my mom owns a hair salon up in Sacramento, and she had a couple of jars at her salon displaying them. And one of the I can't say their names yet because we haven't signed the contract or we haven't done any NDAs, and I don't think they're ready yet to discuss this. Essentially, they're veterans, they're food veterans in the industry, with each of them over 25 years, and they know every single buyer in the industry. And I met with them last week and a half ago. They loved our product, and they're willing to work with us to push us through all their buyers. So when they're ready, we have a big hill to climb in order to scale up and meet that demand. And so far, when we're testing the waters, those buyers do love our products. So we're pretty excited to go through that distribution.
That's amazing. That's really, really cool. What an opportunity. And
Yeah. What a weird coincidence. One
what,
of the
yeah.
food industry veterans getting a haircut by my mom as I'm launching a food product. It's the weirdest thing.
When are you expected to replenish your inventory in Amazon?
Amazon is we don't know yet because we sent the pallet about a week and a half ago. So I'm watching that tracking like a hawk, and supposedly they're supposed to be up and running within the next 24 to 48 hours. As soon as that's ready, I'm gonna start doing the marketing push again in order to get the sales going.
And what is something from between last year and this year that something that you've learned from during that time?
In my push to or my hurry to quit my day job and to get this up and running, the biggest lesson I've learned, well, there's a lot. The biggest one is to take my time, to flesh out all the steps, make sure they work before uh, rushing into this new process. And the other lesson I've learned is to lean on my support network more, um, getting help from other people, listening to their advice. It's hard to explain because I don't know if you know this or anyone who started a business. When you're in it, you're in the weeds, right? You're so focused on getting this goal, it's become blinding or deafening to listen to anyone else. And your goal is to just push through and get it done. And I should have listened to more people more often.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's a really good advice. And what happened between 2023 and 2024? Because you stopped selling on Amazon and Shopify, or
Both. I had to completely throw away the inventory or stop selling it.
really?
Yeah. I'm not from the food industry. I mean, I love to eat. I have family members who own businesses in the food industry, but they don't do this particular category, right? And we're trying to become a healthiest food product, eliminating preservatives, additives, chemical preservatives, and reducing salt in the jar to make it healthier for you. Because everything now that we're consuming contains preservatives, additives, chemical colors, and all that stuff. And I saw this trend of everyone moving towards that. And the only industry that hasn't done that so far is pickled products. The biggest reason is my gut feeling, and from what I can see, is they use preservatives to shorten the production time in order to lower cost. And that's why you have all these manufacturers like Vlasic and such having a low cost, is because they use those shortcuts. And for us, I didn't want to use it. And now the shelf life of our product after about 4 months, the cucumbers become mush. And because our products were selling so fast for the inventory we had, we never had that issue. And so as I start building up inventory to make the distribution push, one of the large distributors got back to me saying that the cucumbers were literal mush. They were soggy. soft, and I did not believe them until I cracked open a jar and I started doing QC randomly and found out that was the case. So I literally had to scrap all the inventory. I threw it all away. That was a big gut punch. It sucked.
Wow. That's wow, that's devastating.
It was heartbreaking, man. Oh my God. And so I spent that time doing a ton of research, going back to the roots or doing R&D on what makes the pickle, right? What preservatives are used, what additives are used, why they use this specific amount of salt. And after 20 iterations of each formula or 20 total formulations, we found out that, well, you can't get away from preservatives. You can't get away with lower amount of salt. And so we found a healthier salt preservative that would prolong the shelf life of of the product. And so after getting that formula approved by the states and then getting it tested at UC Davis, um, we're able to finally get this production batch going. So that's where we're at now. You're on mute.
Wow, I was gonna say, wow, that's amazing. Like, congratulations on all that hard work, and it
Thank you.
paid off.
It sucks, man.
Yeah, I bet it
Going
sucked
through it sucked.
through it, but you're gonna
Yeah,
look back and be appreciative
yeah,
of
for
going
sure.
through it, and hopefully it's gonna pay off.
Yeah. Are you I don't know when we'll do the actual interview. What I would like to do is bring some for you guys to try out. Hopefully, you guys like it too, and then we can just talk about it.
Yeah, I would love some.
Yeah,
100%. Please do. Now I'm excited to try it now.
yeah. So I'm not a pickle person. You can tell it's so funny when we're at the farmers markets. I would tell my customers, like you, they'll ask me, "You must love pickles to have a pickle business, right?" I'm like, "No, man, I hate pickles." I love kimchi, right? I love fermented products. I love Vietnamese pickles, like the daikon carrots that goes into the sandwich. And I love all different types. I just don't like the American pickles because they're so one degree, no flavor, and it's all pumped full of preservatives. And I don't like pickles. I like pickles, but I don't like American pickles. And I think that's where the light bulb went off in my head.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point because there are so many different types of pickles, and
Yeah.
there are some better than others. And I got introduced to like the world of pickle, not regular original pickles that everyone's familiar with, but I got introduced to the world of like different pickles like
Yeah.
in the last few years, and I've been loving it. Like, I love pickled onions and
Oh
pickled
yeah.
vegetables. Like, it's such a treat.
Yeah, it's there's so many it just changing the vinegars or the acids and it just is burst full of flavor. They're just down the street because we live in LA. There's a taco guy right here who has onions pickled in lime juice with habaneros and I ate it and my mind was blown. I was like, "Whoa, you can get this." Yeah, it's crazy. So
That's your next product right there.
it did. We have we're constantly adding new flavors or tweaking. We have 8 new products that we'll launch when we get the distribution chain up and running. But that's definitely going to be in one of those. If, I'm gonna give him a cut when I see him. Like, hey man, here's a check. Thank you for your idea. It was really good. I was so surprised. I was shocked how well it
Well,
was.
I love
Yeah,
that. I love good pickled onions. They're
yeah,
amazing, especially on
yeah,
tacos or like something.
yeah.
Uh,
It changes the what do you call it?
so good.
The, yeah, the flavor.
Let me ask you this before we close the podcast, and I know you touched on it already, but in case there's others that you didn't, what are like 3 mistakes, costly mistakes that cost you money that you've learned from, and other sellers, if they're on the journey of starting their own business, they can learn from you?
The 3 things. The first one is take your time. I approach it as even if you try to be the first to market, that doesn't always work. It's the Apple approach, right? Apple will take their time developing the product, making sure it works, it's profitable, and there's a market for it. So take your time, and if the market is willing, then they'll take your product. They'll be more receptive to your product. Um, the second is Make sure you're ready for it, and if you have a partner, they're ready for it, because it definitely takes a strain on the relationship. Because your focus and all of your stress will be this new business, right? It's your baby, and make sure everyone is on board with it.
Mm.
And the third will be always be receptive to taking advice, and that's from everyone that you wouldn't expect. Even if it's your mom, your uncle, or some guy in the street, or randomly your friend tells you to listen to a podcast, you listen to it and you get advice that way too. It's anywhere you can receive information and advice. It will help greatly.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you, V. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming on today and sharing your story, sharing your lessons and your hardship. And I'm sure we all gonna learn from your journey. And honestly, good luck on the next batch. I'm rooting for you, and I'm excited to hear about like the results of this new lot that you got working on.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'll bring some by the next time I see you guys. Hopefully, it's to your palate and you guys will like it.